Excuse me. Hey, what's up, kids? What's up, everybody? I'm gonna play Oblivion. Of course, I've been wanting to play Oblivion like all weekend, dude. It's been crazy this weekend. It's been crazy, dude. My life is so busy right now. But I wanted to do something before I started playing Oblivion. So if you're here for Oblivion, it's coming in a minute. I was just watching a video. Where was it? Oh, I posted it. If you go to my YouTube, I posted the full video. I'm gonna just finish the video. You guys can just hang out, I guess. Anyways, before I start playing that though, it's under posts. I've been posting really cool videos on there. This guy, Solid Bricks Studios. Bricks is spelled B-R-I-X. Solid Bricks Studios. He's on May 4th gonna be selling one of every single Lego Star Wars set from 1999 to 2024, which is really cool. But I ordered this cheap little, I think it was like $15, and the idea is when I put this together, I'm going to be able to display my Slave 1. I put this together years ago. I know I'm not supposed to call it the Slave 1 anymore, but this is the Slave 1. That's what this ship is. They re-released this in a smaller set, but I was like, it'd be so cool if this just sat like this somewhere and I didn't risk it falling. It's probably my favorite ship in Star Wars, so I'm going to put together a little stand for that, and then I'm going to start playing Oblivion. And while I'm putting together the stand, I'm going to finish watching this video so you guys can check out what I'm talking about. But if you don't, if you want to come back later, that's perfectly acceptable as well. But I'm going to finish this video and put this stand together. Let's see if I can multitask here. We'll go here. So yeah, under posts, I put up, I love the Spiffing Brit a lot. He's one of my favorite people to watch. As well as, I have my playlist for my personal YouTube. Avoiding the Puddle. I think we watched this on the stream. I got the weird little suit guy talking about Pizza Hut. Tom Green versus 4chan, which was really entertaining. Garrett Hunter from Mega 64, and then Harley Morenstein talking about Magic. Looks like Harley's getting into Magic, which is fucking cool, as somebody who loves Magic. Totally cool with that. But he went through the entire history of it, so I was gonna set up the camera and show you guys what I'm literally building a stand. They're like Technic pieces. You're not missing anything. So let's finish watching this video together, and then I'll start playing some Oblivion.
So, what if I told you I have one of every single Lego Star? I don't remember who got what. I think I ended up with the Vulture Droid. That's okay, though.
You guys can watch it on your own if you don't. I'm not rewatching 15 minutes. I was just watching it on the toilet.
I remember getting this one, too. This is such a fun little set. It's hard to find the seal. It's a little damaged, but so cool to see that. And everything from 2005 is great. I mean, technically, standards today with Lego are superior build wise and stuff, but just the box art, look at all of these boxes
and everything.
It looks so cool. Absolutely ridiculous.
Okay.
Also, they have that little side build right there, showing what else you can build with it. I love that. I think someone from Lego told me they got rid of these side build or these alternative builds because they didn't provide instructions and they had too many people calling customer support for instructions. So that's what happened with that. Is what it is, I guess. So Owen just peeked inside this box and he's like, oh. I was like, what, man? He's like, dude, there's some heat in there. Oh my god. Guys, this is what we've been waiting for. Oh my god. Underrated set. I know everybody hated it.
It's hideous.
It is wonderful.
The one thing I'm going to say, and I love this guy, by the way. He made The coolest set, man. He did. I think this is the same guy who did the. Well, I'll show you here in a minute. He did the coolest layout ever that I've ever seen. Like, this guy's super into Legos. Which I like Legos too, but this guy's like, he's the real deal. You're not gonna get this kind of commitment out of me. I like this little bag. We don't need that. All right. Can't get it.
What else we got here? That's the Grievous set, but we got Count Dooku's Solar Sailor. Got the Republic Fighter Tank. Oh, dude, this is epic. Assassin's Creed Battle Pack.
Oh, I paused it for a fucking reason. I'm so sorry. This guy is nerding out all over the prequels. I'm gonna assume this guy is a prequel fan. I'm old school, man. I like the original trilogy better than any of the other stuff. And then I actually like the prequels less than I like the last three, which a lot of Star Wars fans would get very mad at me for saying that. And I like The Last Jedi a lot. Anyways, I digress. Continue.
The Hoth set, Hyena Droid Bomber, Ahsoka Starfighter, and Vulture Droid. I remember making the review for that one.
Hey guys, it's Lego Boy 1234567 and I'm gonna be doing a review on Ahsoka Starfighter and Vulture Droid.
Wow, and then it gets better. It gets even better. You said there's some heat in this one. Oh my God. Oh God. Wow. This is a minty box too. Dude, these are giant boxes. Wow, $99 from Walmart. $99 from Walmart. 2008. This is where it all begins right here for me. That's beautiful right there. That
brings a tear to my eye.
Oh my God. It gets even better too. Dude, for me, this is so ridiculously nostalgic. This is Toys R Us Midnight Madness 2008. Oh, goodness. Oh my God. I've told myself, man, I should really collect this wave and like sealed sets, and like seeing this right now
makes you wanna.
Oh my God, it does. I mean, this is ridiculous though. How much some of these sets cost now is very, very expensive, especially in the condition that these are in. I mean, none of these boxes have any issues. Wow. I wonder if this has the rare Commander Fox in it.
Maybe.
I will not be partaking in this auction, but I am very interested in possibly selling some stuff on Whatnot in the future, so I might be watching this on May 4th. I'm interested, man. Like, the idea of him selling one of each, and he even says earlier in the video he mentions, this isn't the first time this has been done. Whatnot sounds so fucking cool to me. I was going to do like an eBay store, because I just have like some old Sega Genesis games, and like I have like the original Madden that's still sealed and stuff. But the idea of like being able to put on a show and we're talking. It's in the works, guys. It could be a couple of years from now, and I don't even know if Whatnot will still be a thing, but we're definitely talking. I'm interested in the idea of like selling stuff and producing a show while doing that. Like fucking my own QVC show. Like fuck yeah, dude. Anyways, I'm excited to check. Wow, I have no interest in buying old Lego sets or anything like that. I'm not. I haven't really shown you guys. This shelf right here is all Legos. Like I haven't, and I didn't start collecting Legos as an adult until like I was almost 31 maybe even. So 5 or 6 years of collecting Legos. I didn't give a shit about this when I was in my 20s. I was like, I loved Lego from like age 8 to 13 maybe, and I didn't think about Lego until I was 30. So anyways, here we go.
My goodness. And then this came a little later in 2009, but everyone remembers the Brickmaster poly bag. I do.
I do as well.
The Lego Brickmaster magazine.
Strange. What does that even mean? Oh, oh, I didn't really.
You never had the magazine? It was
no.
a subscription. It was like a magazine subscription. They send you a free set in the mail. And I thought this was so cool. And I remember getting this turbo tank. I was like, that's awesome. I never thought I'd see the day where I get to see an entire sealed collection of Clone Wars sets. Like, this is a treat right now. This is an absolute treat. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
So I just pulled out this beauty of a set, and I just realized that this actually has texture. Like all the studs, individual studs, they have like distinct texture. Never seen that on any other Star Wars box, but
hey, he's not lying. I've never seen that either. That's kind of crazy. All right, we finally have made it to the box where it all started. 1999. Some of the very first ever Lego Star Wars sets are right here. I mean, geez, look how tiny the box is. This is like the size of my hand. Oh my God, that is really tiny. But let's see, 1999. Yep, this is part of the first wave of Lego Star Wars sets. Got this one.
This is what I'm interested in right now. This is what I wanted to see. So, off the bat, dude, I wanted that original Slave 1. Look how off, like, I got the cool one, guys. I had the one he has his hand on right now in the box. I had that Pod Racer set. That was huge, man. My parents got me that one, and then the one from, do I not have it on the shelf? I don't even know the name. We'll see if he says the name. Here. That's so fucking cool.
Hold on, I'll show you guys.
I had that one.
Got the 20th anniversary one. You can see them side by side like that. That's
Yeah, no, I had the original, dude.
And you can see it also said
OG.
Lego System for Lego Star Wars. Very rare that it said this right here. This is kind of a distinction to know if it was one of the first Lego Star Wars sets. You can see that here too. Lego System. Because it is the system of the brick. And then this is a pretty rare one right here. Pull this out. Be careful. The Target exclusive Lego Star Wars value pack. Only, Owen, only $50 was $100.
wow.
I bet this is
Half
worth.
off.
I don't want to know what this is worth now. A little bit of sun damage actually right here on the corner. That's very interesting. It must have been like, there must have been like a shelf and it like cut it off perfectly right there. But other than that, it's so rare to see this sealed. But yeah, the Mos Espa Padres. I wish we would. Oh, wow, look at that on the bottom.
Yeah, it's dope, dude.
It's got
That brings
the
me
Lego
back
Star
to
Wars logo.
1999 for
Cool.
sure. That's so
Okay,
cool.
so earlier I was telling you guys, and I'll bring it back, the Rogue Shadow right here. It was between this set and
I'm sorry, I'm
what
getting
I got from
distracted.
Legoland, California.
I might have to turn the stream off when I build this because
right
otherwise
here.
I'm not
I thought
getting anything
this
done.
was the only reason I ended up getting this was simply because of this right here at the bottom. I was like, well, it might not be on shelves anymore. Limited edition, the weird tie crawler. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this set. It's so freaking weird. It also, notice it has like the Naboo background. So strange. I never understood this set.
This guy is nerding out
It was
right
a
now. I
very
love
fun
it.
set to play with. Such a very, very, very oddity for
Okay.
Lego Star Wars. But this is what I got. It was between this and the Rogue Shadow. Not gonna lie, I wish of course I could have gotten both, but what do you guys think down in the comments below? Did I make the right choice doing the tie crawler, or would you have chosen the Rogue Shadow? I really did like the Force Unleashed though, so very nostalgic right there. Oh my God, no! This can't be the MTT. Oh my goodness. Back when it said includes 20 battle droids to build your army. I love that. That's so cool. Such a big box. Goodness. Love that. Love to see that. All right, so it's day 2 now. Owen and I are still working on unpacking this collection. Owen, just take a look at all of this. Like, we still have more boxes to go. We've already filled almost all of these shelves, and it's a lot more than I thought it would be. I mean, it is 25 years worth of Lego Star Wars sets, but it is crazy how much this is getting to be. But I gotta say this. This is it. This is it. Oh, you know you guys are feeling it right now. Like, look at this. The 2013 Republic gunship. The last time we got this variant of the gunship, which is crazy to me.
Whatever.
Absolutely love this set. And this box is
whatever.
Holy cow. But it gets even better than that. These are some of my favorite Lego Star Wars sets. So we have the Kashyyyk Trooper Battle Pack and the Utapau Trooper Battle Pack. Both of these were just like top, like S tier battle packs. When this battle pack was rumored, this was actually like, maybe I should build a Kashyyyk mock. What if, and then the gears start turning. So this battle pack means a ton to me. And then there's also some banger sets over here as well. This one I just used on Geonosis, the AV7 Republic Cannon. Love this one as well. I think this was the only time we got the Palpatine from Revenge.
Not how you would have done it. You bundle things right, and that saves you up to 10% on your USAA home and auto insurance. Get a quote today.
Revenge of the Sith and this Tri-Fighter, this really, really good version of Palpatine. So that's sweet. And then, Owen, I think you just put it over here, but also when we got this new version, there's like 2 more to follow after this, but the AT-AP is the first time we got Commander Gree like that. Like, the feels. I just happened to notice that this Resistance bomber is indeed the ultimate rare version, the Finch Dallo version. Oh my god, this is one of the rarest Lego Star Wars sets there is. For those of you who don't know, Finch Dallo, he was a minifigure replaced at the very end of production of this set, the last 3 weeks of production. So very, very few people have that minifigure. He alone is about $800, $900 on the third-party market. So this set sealed, I don't know, at least 1,000 plus, but this is the first time I've ever seen a sealed Resistance bomber with Finch Dallo. That is, see, it's an awesome minifigure too. So like, I really want to keep this. Can I keep this, Owen? Can I keep this? I don't want to sell this one. This stays in my collection. Fun story about these battle packs, the Battlefront battle packs. Some of the best minifigures too in a battle pack. I love these. It's the only time we ever got the Shock Trooper, Stormtrooper. Super awesome Rebels. These were some of the most short-lived battle packs ever. I think it was only like 7 months that they lived on shelves before they were retired. It was crazy fast, and I'm surprised they haven't gone crazy up in value just yet. Like, you can kind of find some of these figures still pretty commonly, but I still to this day don't understand why they weren't on the shelves for like at least a year or two. For example, the 501st Battle Pack, that's been on shelves for over 2 years now. The 332nd one was on shelves for at least 2 years. So the fact that this was only 7 months is kind of ridiculous. Owen, what did you find?
This is my favorite Lego set of all time. I've been waiting to find this for so long. Oh my gosh, guys, we found it! Oh, Jyn Erso buildable figure!
He has 2! We meet again. We meet again. I just want to throw this out the door. Worst Lego Star. I know everybody. Owen, you saw it earlier. What happened to that Lego set that you thought was just amazing? Is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. I know everybody calls this AT-ST First Order set the worst. I'm sorry. This is the worst Lego Star Wars set ever made compared to this.
It's not that bad. What's so bad about it?
Dude, it just looks like a hunk of junk. Like, the only thing cool about it is this box art. The minifigures? Do those minifigures look interesting at all to you?
I see a battle droid. I thought you'd be a fan of that. You Clone Wars guy.
Yeah, I guess his name is ORGR, Roger. That's the only good thing is those legs, those dark orange legs. Yeah. Those are actually the rarest part of the battle droid. All right, so this is what I'm calling the goodie box because it's got goodie bags in the goodie box. Seriously though, this is kind of just crazy to see. The sealed C-3PO, the chrome one in its bag. There's Darth Revan. The I Love New York Yoda. This goes for bonkers money. Sealed white Boba, Shadow Arth, Chrome Stormtrooper, Chrome Darth Vader, and then just a whole freaking buttload of minifigure poly bags in here. Oh my goodness, it's even the the VIP thing. Holy cow, that's very rare to see. But yeah, this is a lot of goodies in this one. Okay, this is also kind of ridiculous too. We have one of every foil pack. So these actually are all from like Europe. You've probably seen like these newer paper bags. These are commonly found, but so many foil packs. This is kind of overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of foil packs. Holy cow. So many. I didn't even realize there was this many like foil packs / bags that come from these magazines over in Europe. That is crazy. Okay, so we have unpacked everything. This is everything. Obviously, the 5 shelves we had here in the back that I thought was going to be adequate. Clearly not. We have literally, I don't know, another couple hundred sets here on the floor. And these are all sealed sets. It's kind of ridiculous. There's like some really high value ones just hiding away, like the sealed 2002 Republic gunship. I think my fiance Darby, she was just down here. She said it best. It literally looks like Christmas morning down here. All right, so big thanks to Owen Bricks behind the camera. Owen,
Who's fucking Christmas morning?
Yeah. Thank you so much, man, for helping out. He's also going to be helping with the whole whatnot streams and all that jazz. So big thanks to Owen. Caleb, or Blackwell Bricks, is going to be coming into town in just about a week or two from now. He's going to also be assisting with this, but I mean, this is absolutely crazy. I'm glad I at least get to enjoy this collection for a few weeks before it has to all be sold off. Big thanks to the collector who brought this down personally to my house to enjoy this. It's pretty crazy that someone did this, and no, this didn't happen overnight. This has been something that we've been talking about doing for a couple months now, I think since February, so about 3 months in the works now, and I mean, it is really cool. It's a rare opportunity to see all of these LEGO Star Wars sets sealed. I've seen it once, right? I went to LEGO Vault in Denmark, and that was cool, but there's something really cool about seeing all the LEGO Star Wars sets just next to each other and as good as condition as they are. I mean, some of those sets in Denmark, they're a little shady, but I gotta say, this is incredible. So if you guys want the opportunity to own one of these LEGO Star Wars sets, and it's literally one of everything, make sure you use the link down in the description, join up on Whatnot, join the streams. It's going to be a crazy fun event. We're going to have a great time doing this, going back through time.
Okay, the video is on, I posted it. I wanted to show you guys what this motherfucker did. Yeah, Geonosis, dude. This is why I'm friends with this guy. You know what? Let's just watch this for a minute. I don't think we're going to watch this full hour, but this is absolutely nuts. He worked on this for a long time. Let's see, he did Kashyyyk. Yeah, this guy is a fucking prequel nerd. Which is, hey, dude, Star Wars is Star Wars. I respect it. Looks like he did Hoth, which actually would be really cool. Damn, look, he did a Jedi Temple. This guy's fucking rad, man. He did a Clone Army. Let's check out Geonosis, though. I thought this was so cool when I watched this. Like, that is so fucking cool, man. This is like, yeah. Anyways, check it out.
Well, welcome back, everybody, to the finale of building Geonosis. It's only taken a year, 11 months technically, but it's done, and it looks absolutely incredible. There's a lot to cover today. I made quite a mistake back in January of this year saying, oh, the next episode's going to be the finale. There's not too much left. We're that close to the finish line. No, we were very far from the finish line, and there was a lot more that needed to be done. A lot more that would have probably made sense to make another 3 to 4 weekly segments or updates of Geonosis. That I won't make that mistake in the future. Point being, we have catacombs that lead to the Geonosian Queen's hideout to be built. We've got a droid factory to be built. We've got a generator room to be built. We've got droids to be placed. We've got ships to hang. We've got the Republic troops that need to invade Geonosis. And all of that starts right now. Buckle up, guys, because we've got quite the journey to go through today. We are building so much, a lot of which is going to take place here on the backside of Geonosis within the droid factory. A lot of you might remember that we have this blacked out area over here. This was supposed to be the window into the generator room. Now, it wasn't finished last year for Brick Fair, Virginia, so now it was time to take apart the factory and go back and pick up where I left off. Even though last year with my friends we were rushing to get this area done, Lee still had time to make this area modular so I could just pull out the ground, pull out the door that's blacked out, and just get right back into it. And as you can see, it's basically a blank canvas in here for what was intended to be the generator room. And that's exactly what we're going to build for the first part of this finale. So given that this area is mostly going to be covered, we absolutely need to include lighting. So I want to give a big shout out to Light My Bricks for sending this massive care package, not just for the generator room, but for the droid factory as well. Lee also came down about 2 months ago to help out with this area right here. We'll come back and check in on what exactly he's working on here in just a little bit. So he was working on this while I was working on the generator room. Now, over the summer, I spent a lot of time tinkering around with the snot technique for this wall design that you briefly see in the back of the generator room. It's very unnoticeable, but I wanted to try and see if I could do something a little bit more interesting. But let's check back in on Lee. As you can see, he's prototyping this arch design, and it's probably obvious now what he's working on. It is the catacombs that lead to the Geonosian Queen, which is definitely a challenge. This is a lot of special architecture within this groundwork, and he is knocking it out. As for my wall design with the lights integrated, as you can see, it paid off. That snot technique was complex, but totally looks fantastic. As for the generator, this also required way too much time designing. I kind of went overboard with the complexity here. There's a lot of different design techniques being utilized. As someone who has never attempted to build like a dome type of structure, this was new territory for me. It was actually a Tips and Bricks article that lended me the idea of how to design something like this, and I kind of just winged it and came up with a bunch of different ideas. As for this top section, well, this is even more complex. It's actually utilizing these little clips as well as hinges. This is a fairly new piece. There's some droid arms in there, and then you'll see the upper portion is utilizing a hot dog piece. We got a headlight piece. Hopefully it visually shows exactly what I'm doing here. It's simple but complex at the same time. Then I'm using some D-snot to connect these bars together, which allows me to connect this other bar into the generator. As you can see, it took about 25 hours to design this. Now I quickly realized while attempting to build this room that it was smart to build the structure outside of it and then drop it in. So that's exactly what I did. All the wiring was pre-done, all of the walls were pre-made, and then they would just get dropped in. Now, as for how I achieved that curvature right there, that was utilizing panels in a snot technique formation, and then I'm using hinges on the top to straighten out the walls that'll be above these lighted panel areas. And then finally, to cover up all that junk, I have some more panels in combination with hinge pieces. Once I had the walls installed, it was time to kind of build around this room once again. I had to take a little bit of the structure apart, and then the next step was adding some lights. So again, Light My Bricks coming in here, I'm utilizing this green light in combination with the gun effects board, which works perfectly for these Geonosian blasters. Of course, I'm utilizing their light up lightsabers, which completely transform the room. So with the wall lights, with the blasters, with the generator light, it's all coming together. Now, the last big hurdle of this room was absolutely the tunnel in which the super tank comes out in, with Poggle and the tactical droid surprising Ahsoka and Barriss from the scene. And so thankfully I had a pretty perfect opening for the super tank. But as for designing this arch and hallway, well, I kind of went overboard with the complexities yet again. Hopefully by now you're starting to get a feeling for why this has taken so long to build. But as for this arch design, or really the hallway tunnel, you can see that it's mostly snot technique. It's utilizing snot bricks, and then we also have some lollipop pieces on the bottom to connect it in. We have some D-snot being utilized here just to get that one last tile in to fill in that gap right there. We have some lighting here. All of this is being built snot technique, so studs not on top, so it's all sideways Lego building. And then I also had to design this tunnel so it could actually drop in within the space and fit in, which was also a complexity that just added a little bit of a headache, just a tiny bit. But after probably 15 hours of designing, it was well worth it. I think the tunnel looks absolutely seamless within the room now, and really the last thing to do is to add the minifigures. Now, a lot of you were wondering how I did this in the Jedi Temple with all the light up lightsabers. It's actually quite simple. You take the Light My Bricks lightsaber, you take the wire, and you literally just hide it under the tiles. Now, it's important that you route the wire between the studs, so that way you're not crushing and damaging the wire. It's also important you have a little bit of flex there between the minifigure arm and between where the wire starts at the tile. As for the Geonosian blasters, as you can see, I just have it routing right alongside his arm, and then it goes down the transparent piece, since this Geonosian in particular will be flying around. And then for routing the wires, you can see I have it going to this main hub area, which is actually conveniently being covered by the generator dome piece here, and so it actually worked out perfectly where I didn't have to think too hard in terms of where the hub would be. With all the wiring and lighting complete, all I had to do was cover it all up with tile and make it look nice and pretty. Just a helpful tip, it is absolutely recommended for me to get your lighting done within the build process. Don't wait until the very end to add lights. You should be doing it as you build. The last thing was to integrate some roof panels, and I actually realized that these big 16 by 16 panels with just brackets and bricks can actually work where the giant 8 by 16 tile will fit perfectly underneath of it without having to build it out. And then I just slapped some lights onto that, and it was all blacked out so it wouldn't look ugly when you're looking upwards, even though most of you probably wouldn't see that. It's those little details that matter in the end. Overall, the final results here of the gun effects blasters on the Geonosians with the light up lightsabers and the wall lights, it all came together for a wonderful result for this generator room. I don't think it could have come out any better than what we have here. So now that the generator room is complete, it's time to focus on the droid factory. And as you can see, I needed to secure these columns because I wanted to utilize them in terms of actually making them functional, not just for the exterior, but for the interior as well. So I utilized this little 2x2 plate with a Technic pin sticking out, and that actually secured the columns perfectly so that they wouldn't move around, because currently they were just kind of sitting there. Now, this space within the droid factory is basically a half circle, and that's not traditional for Lego. It's mostly a square type of product, and so when you're building circular structures, it gets complex fairly quickly. And it wasn't even the circular structure that was the hardest part, it was also the space constraint. As you can see, there is very little room to make functions happen within the droid factory, but I still made it work. Now, in terms of the main function that I wanted to include in the factory was the droid conveyor belt, specifically the droids hanging above. This is what you clearly see within the weapons factory episode, so I wanted to recreate that. And so after multiple weeks back in the spring this year, I came up with a pretty solid design. Now, building this conveyor belt required me to use Technic. It was the only option, and so I had to experiment, and it honestly took a long time for me to figure out Technic's system. I've never really built anything crazy with it before by myself. I've built the sets, but I've never built mocks with Technic, so this was new territory. So thankfully some YouTube videos helped out, but I still had to figure out a lot of this on my own. This first Technic build is what will help move the chain along, connecting into the columns fairly simply. And then we also have the actual motor section, which is just a built-up version utilizing a worm gear here. You can stop the video if you're really curious how I built this. It's fairly simple though. I quickly realized that the worm gear was probably the most important gear piece for the entire droid factory. I wouldn't just utilize it for this conveyor belt, but pretty much every other aspect of motorization starts with the worm gear. It helps slow down the gears. The next key part was this new chain link piece. It has a little rod or bar sticking out of it, and that actually was introduced in the Pac-Man set last year. And when I got that set to review, it quickly clicked in my head, oh my god, this would be the perfect piece for a droid conveyor belt, and I was right. Since I had the design down to a T and that it was all working properly, it was time to build more layers. So just simply replicating what I had already built and then simply going down further in the factory on different levels of the Technic beams, I was able to create the effect exactly what you see within the Clone Wars episode, and the results speak for themselves. So now that the droid factory in terms of its function with the conveyor belt was complete, it was time to start looking upwards to this secondary cake level of the factory. And I had an idea of doing some type of walkway, but I wanted to be a little bit more creative. So I ended up doing, again, just like the outside of the droid factory, multiple layers that kind of look like a little bit of a cake in my opinion. So these walkways match the interior curve, and they actually have stairs that lead to one another, leading up to the very top middle level, which will be like Poggle / the tactical droids tactical room, maybe, where they're discussing plans. So I was thinking about putting some type of hologram there. But first, let's return to some Light My Bricks, and we need to light up the entire droid factory. So I just have these orange lights right here. It's fairly simple to put these on 1x6 plates, and this will go inside the roof of the droid factory. There was enough room to just hide them within all of this Technic brick here, so you won't even see it when you're looking straight onto the droid factory. It's also very important that you test your lights before you integrate them with the rest of the system, making sure that each circuit is working properly. So I just have this little USB power bank here to test it out, and all of my lights are working. So in just a little bit, we're going to reattach the roof once the inside of the factory is complete. Now, I was originally going to leave that walkway the way it was within the factory with the black walls, but then I was thinking I can do better. So it clicked on me that, wait a second, I've already done curved walls before inside the room that has all of the flame troopers. We did that all the way back last year. I was like, I bet I could use that design again and make like a curvature wall within the factory and still integrate the walkway panels. And sure enough, this prototype proved that it was absolutely possible. So then I got to designing the rest of the side, and as you can see here, it'll seamlessly fit right against the wall, and all that's holding it up is snot. Studs not on top. So it's just sideways Lego bricks. Those are being supported by the bigger pillars underneath, those big Technic columns.